Welcome, my friends, to this community showdown featuring the Skaven, who shall be led by Krastic. And today, guys, he's going to be facing off against the Warriors of Chaos, who shall be led by Nale, which I probably mangled horribly, so again, my apologies. But anyways, guys, let us continue forth and have some fun and take a look at some of these armies. So it's like, normally the Skaven are right here, but it looks like they're going to be deployed over on the left side of the map, which is smart. It kind of takes away attack angles and things like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at the troops. So he does have a natural Doom Wheel here. Doom Wheel is quite good against Chaos Infantry, armor piercing. Does have a bonus for his infantry, also causes terror. So oftentimes Chaos will go pretty wide with like Marauders and cheap infantry and things like that against Skaven. And even regular Chaos Warriors, the Doom Wheel is going to be able to do good damage against all those targets and also get some good terror routes. So for the rest of the force, there is some light skirmishing, gutter runners with poison. There's usually two groups of those bad boys, but it looks like just one for now. He does also have Deathglow Bombardiers, which Bombardiers are a very tricky unit to use in terms of line of sight and getting those efficient shots, but Deathglow Bombardiers can actually really kill heavily armored infantry, so quite eager to see how these guys do. In the front line, a couple Skaven slaves with spears. Also looks like Skaven slave slingers. Hellpit Abomination in the back looks like a Grey Seer with the Lore of Plague up on the Screaming Bell, which is not a furnace, but he's going to be dropping summons and blades and all that good stuff all day. And we have Ikit's Zap Cannon in the back, who's going to be flanked by Clan Rats as well as some Rat Ogres. So very, very cool army here for the Skaven. Doom Wheel is going to be doing some AP. He's got the Grey Seer to drop some summons, and the Grey Seer does also have a armor piercing bonus for his infantry values, so certainly not bad against Chaos Infantry. Now for the Chaos Army of Nale here, he has got Chaos Marauders here in the front line, and in the back he does have a couple groups of Chaos Spawn. So these guys did get buffed recently in the Hunter and the Beast DLC. I'm not sure if it was a cost reduction or a stat buff. I can't quite recall. But nonetheless, perhaps if they got a cost reduction, they're going to be a little bit more efficient. But they're unbreakable. And I mean, yeah, they lack AP. But against Skaven, typically you're going to be fighting Clan Rats and cheap stuff and lightly armored targets. So even against like Rat Ogres or Hellpits, these guys hit incredibly hard. They have 160 weapon strength. Again, they lack AP, but certainly have some potential here. Archaon the Everchosen, got Fireball to snipe out Skaven stuff, Burning Head to roast through hordes of rats, Chaos Marauders and Poison Hounds, and on the flank he's got Marauder Horsemen to do some skirmishing against large targets. So if, for example, if you can't really get on that Hellpit Abomination, it's surrounded by spears, you're like, oh, it's just killing everything. You get the Horsemen, they get that missile pressure, which Chaos heavily lacks typically. So I really like this quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, the real focal point of this build obviously is going to be the 3 Chaos Spawn. Oh, in the back, we do also have these Swords of Chaos. These guys, I believe they got a change as well. I can't remember what the change was, but I know it was something positive. So nonetheless, a couple changes to Chaos with the Swords of Chaos and Chaos Spawn, and perhaps times are a-changing. So the battle's underway here. You can see that Archaon the Everchosen is going to be surging forward on his mighty war steed. He does also have the Crown of Domination, but yeah, he needs to juke those shots because the Zap Cannon will do a ton of damage to him, and Archaon's one of those characters that, can't heal himself, obviously, so, I mean, it's Chaos. Maybe in, like, Game 3 eventually when it comes out, he'll be able to get, like, the Mark of Nurgle or something, or a Nurgle buff and heal. That would be really nice. Anyway, Zap Cannon's going to be shooting downtown, going against Chaos Spawn. Going to be going after the center group here, not making the best contact. Those little rats certainly need to up their game because they're having problems being accurate here. In the meantime, Chaos is going to be coming out around wide with Chaos Warhounds. So one group of Warhounds here, the other one is more front and center, being used as a tool to kind of keep the Doom Wheel at bay. And there is also a Feral Manticore, which I forgot to talk about in the beginning, so my apologies for that. Marauders are going to be surging in. Doom Wheel is going to be getting some freebies here, and it doesn't look like Chaos has too many tools to stop this Doom Wheel right now. I mean, aside from the Spawn, who are right here, but they're not going to be able to catch it. They have 42 speed against a 72 of the Doom Wheel, so on top of that, it looks like there's some Witchcraft going down here. The Snare Nets coming in from the Gutter Runners, which are going to slow in. Oh, a bit of a mistake here. The Doom Wheel is a little bit overextended. Thankfully for him, though, these Chaos Spawn do not have, what's it called, poison, like the Beast Spawn does. But Archaon comes in, really nice pin there from Nale. He's able to get all the Hounds in and get some pretty good damage on the Doom Wheel, so nice value right there. In the meantime, the Warp Lightning Cannon has switched to go after the Marauder Horseman, which it seems to be doing better against. It's getting consistent fire, might actually be able to break one of these guys off the battlefield, considering the edge is right there, so very, very good stuff. Now back in the mainline fight, the Doom Wheel is getting swarmed pretty hard. Chaos Spawn, Archaon, and the Swords of Chaos are just going balls deep in that fight, but you can see here very good stuff from Krastic. The Deathglow Bombardiers and are able to get some really good value against some Marauders and kill them almost instantly in tandem with the Grey Seer. Frontline fighting's out of way. Some Stormvermin with shields are going to be holding back the Marauders, but a big old Burning Head's coming. Arrow's going to dodge part of it, but certainly not. A lot of those rats are going to get shreked by this heavy metal skull. I think one of my favorite moments in all of my casting in Total War Warhammer is when there was a Knights of the Blazing Sun charge that landed at the exact same time as the Burning Skull. It was just like the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. Anyways, in the back line, Swords of Chaos are going to be surging into the Deathglow Bombardiers, but of course the Hellpit Abomination's nearby with his very, very heavy anti-large AP values, so he should be able to do some pretty good work here. Now, there are some Chaos Spawn and other troops supporting. The Doom Wheel's finally gone down, though, so Archaon was able to just give the business to that Doom Wheel, which is quite nice, and the Manticore is going to be coming in to help out. Now, the Manticore, maybe you want to just chase the Doom Wheel off the battlefield to kind of alleviate Archaon from having to chase that thing, but he might be able to just objectively finish it off here. So if we take a big look at the battlefield, the bounce fire is pretty even. In the back line, some of the dogs were able to get on the Zap cannon, but it looks like the rats were able to kind of fend those off. And the Zap cannon is doing a really good job just keeping these horsemen at bay. On top of that, Arrow doing quite a good job screening out with the Skaven slaves and other troops. However, the Manticore is back here now. And the Manticore could potentially actually terror out some of the Skaven slaves and lower tier troops, so I'm not sure how well they'll be able to defend against that bad boy. And also, guys, Archaon is a thing. I mean, he's going to be very meaty to take down. Swords of Chaos are giving him Guardian, so trying to snipe Archaon here isn't going to be the most efficient, but the Hellpit's doing a good job. I mean, killing a lot of these large threats, so the Chaos Spawn must have taken some casualties. They're down to 9 models here. But there's another group coming in of a full 12, so is this the age of the Chaos Spawn meta? Perhaps so. It seems like they're actually doing relatively well in this battle. 29 kills here. You also have another 22 here on these Chaos Spawn, and they are grinding down a lot of these rats in the sustained combat. Another Burning Skull is going to be going down here, but it just kind of clips the edge of those Skaven slaves, so not the most efficient cast right there, but nonetheless, they can't all be winners. And the Swords of Chaos are going to be trying to pull back. At the moment, they're blocked by clan rats. That should be disappearing here in just a second. Now in the back line, as we kind of expected, the Manticore was able to terror out all the defenders off, and it looks like the catapult piece itself is gone. So the Zap cannon not going to be doing too much here. And now Archaon is like a beastly duelist. 78 melee attack, 487 weapon strength right here. He doesn't have Slayer of Kings, so he's not going to be just going insane, but he's able to do a ton of damage against this Grace here and really get some incredible value. On top of that, the Chaos Spawn also have a bit of a surround now, so let's see how much damage they do per punch. So it looks like 2755 right here. Yeah, about 50 per, considering the armor. I mean, there is 100 armor here, so it's going to mitigate a lot of that damage here. But Archaon's coming in with the Steel Chair now, and that AP damage really kind of showing itself as the Grace here needs to run. There are some Poison Hounds left, I think, for Chaos that could be used to pin this guy in, but it looks like they're going to be breaking here. But oh no, the Swords of Chaos are coming in from the other direction. Is this going to be the classic Chaos sandwich? But it looks like Arrow might be able to juke this out and get away, summoning some rats to perhaps obstruct this charge a little bit. He is able to get away, and the Unholy Clamor is going to be popped to give the Skaven a second win. Leadership, as well as Vigor for the entire army, which is a really, really good buff there. So the Hellpit Abomination, in a good situation, is actually able to take out these Chaos Spawn. The other group of Spawn is getting quite low as well. Thankfully, though, the leadership from the Unholy Clamor is going to keep these Skaven slaves fighting a little bit longer, providing some spear buffering, and the Rat Ogres are going to be countercharging back in. So getting a nice little kind of counter punch here for the Rat people. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, Chaos is still ahead in the balance of power. The Spawn are holding pretty firm. Archaon is going to be really tough to kill. I mean, aside from the Hellpit Abomination, not much here can deal with Archaon. And Archaon is faster than it, if I'm not mistaken. I think Hellpits have 58 speed, yeah. So Archaon's going to be able to outrun it and assassinate. And I mean, the Grace here might want to start hiding next to that Hellpit, because now Archaon's going to be coming for that booty, and there's not too many places he can hide. So Archaon's going to be charging in here. Here he comes. Sword ablazing. Dorkar all pissed off in the summon. He's going to be going down over here, but Archaon might actually be able to just break this guy here. 1800 HP, 1500 HP. He's getting lower and lower. That Grace here holding on pretty well. That little Rat Ogre, well, big Rat Ogre, swinging that bell to the best of his abilities, but yeah, this guy needs some help. So the Grace here is getting broken. 32 leadership going down to 2 again. Every time Archaon charges, he's doing huge damage. You're rocking 78 melee attack against 34 melee defense. That's going to be pretty consistent contact. And now you can see that the Grace here Plague is down to 82. And yeah, man, I was not expecting Archaon to kill him that quick. And the Spawn are holding it down. I mean, they're doing a good job against everything. You can see a Fireball coming down from the Sorcerer. It's going to pretty much just end the battle there. So man, what a cool build there. I mean, very well played to both players. Aerocrastic, definitely one of the better Skaven players out there. And the fact that Hyalinale was able to make Archaon plus the freaking Chaos Spawn look pretty efficient there, that was really, really cool. So awesome build by both players. Man, that was a really fun game to watch. So if you look at the build for Chaos, because that was really the unorthodox one, right? The Swords of Chaos were somehow able to thrive even in an environment in which the Ikit Zap Cannon works, because I suppose there was like kind of a threat overload. You have so many big threatening targets. Chaos Spawn, Swords of Chaos, you have this Horseman Core, you have Hounds. Very micro-intensive army for sure, but he was able to pull that off. And I mean, let's just be real here. Archaon seemed like a competitive choice there, which is a very, very rich thing to see. I mean, these replays, I believe, are from a tournament that was hosted by the great Wicked D. So, and there'll be a link to his channel, his Twitch channel in the comment section below as well, because all these games are from that tournament. He's an awesome guy. But yeah, man, that was a really cool build. I mean, that's not... Times are changing, you know. I feel like I'm getting a little bit dated with my Chaos play, so I perhaps got to start experimenting with some of these units that were previously perceived as absolute memes. I mean, Chaos Spawn have been on countless people's worst units list, but yeah, it seems like now they're maybe quite a bit better. I mean, you'd think against Skaven they'd be risky, right, with all the slingers and missile pieces, but they actually did pretty good, and we're grinding till the late game, and we're really a presence that had to be dealt with. Plus Archaon, of course, a really good assassin. I mean, he can assassinate any Skaven lord. There's no hiding from the Lord of the End Times, but the one thing that's a little bit risky about Archaon, if somebody does bring Skrulk, the Libers can really do a ton of damage to him, so I still think he has his risks, and maybe the chicken is a little bit better or safer, but yeah, I mean, man, that was a really cool build. So very well played to both players, Aerocrastic and Hyalinale, and also this replay was sent in by Aerocrastic, so there will be a link to his channel in the comment section below. Check out his YouTube channel. He does pretty regular streams throughout the week. He's an awesome guy, one of the best players out there, and certainly can learn a lot from him. So very well played to these two fine gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Skaven vs. Chaos game, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Take care.